pirate adventures. Where we last left off, our dear pirates took the time to adjust to their new situation. They began to take the time to recover. And while Alarias found a new roommate, decided to lean in and take in some knowledge from the madman in that respect. And while before he was not ready for it, this time he was far beyond accepting of this new knowledge, gaining the ability to even look through the timelines and pluck a piece of information back, remembering the future or the past, or paths that were not taken. In this instance, remembering the future, a truth learned early, confronting Elizora about having the same master as Cleric Kane. A decision was made to then confront Cleric himself. And I leave it back to you, my players, because I think there was some discussion about doing it when you go into the Astral Sea, but you have this knowledge, you're kind of near the end of your week-long rested, leveled up, yay, and woo-woo. You're here, you're about to go into the Astral Sea. Now, do you want to confront Cleric before going into the Astral Sea? Or do you want to confront Cleric after? Do you want to confront Cleric at all? It is in your hands.
I remember how we went about, because I can't remember the exact way we ended that conversation.
Confronting him means tipping our hand a bit,
Yeah.
right? So I don't know if we were 100% on it. But
Yeah,
also he might know more than us.
Yeah, we agreed
But
he
then-
has the leverage now, and we had more leverage in the Astral Sea, but there's consequences of us, like, trying to take him out in the Astral Sea.
I mean, he's not going to exactly be forthcoming with that kind of information, even if we, or just straight up deny it.
Mm.
Right? There's no. I mean, obviously Elizora is part of the crew and everything, so she's more like, that's why she's going to be telling us all this info. But Credic's got no reason to, even agree that any of that's true. Like, he probably doesn't even know much about the Timekeepers in general. Who knows? He might do. I just don't know what we're gonna if we're gonna get much out of it. If it's even worth doing it. Does it really change anything that we do now?
There's
It
the
might
option
just come
that
out.
he's
It might just
honest.
come out naturally, Because the biggest question that Vaela has, I guess, is like, is what is Krelig's agreement with Jones, and how is that different from Elizora's, right? Because Elizora's one was, give all the artifacts to Jones, but like
I have to assume
Krelig's
it's the same, but he might know what he's doing with them.
maybe, because I don't know, like the vibe I got from Crescent was that he wants them. He never like let on the fact that he was going to give them to someone else.
So the story that we were told when he confronted us on the wreckage was that he had given a vision of a awful flood that was going to happen again, and he didn't know if it was the destroying the artifacts or using the artifacts that would stop it.
Yeah.
That was the story that he told.
Yeah. And we have no idea if, like, even if his agreement is the same, we don't know anything about what Jones wants to do with it. I think we need to wait and see. I mean, I'm more in favor of just waiting to see what happens in the Astral Sea and how this develops, with obviously us knowing this information. I don't really think confronting Kane is gonna.
I don't think we'll get
yield
much out of
results.
it.
No. And if he can get us to the Trident, we might not want to rock that boat, as they say. Pardon the pun. We want to kind of get to that, and maybe with Trident in hand, we'll have the leverage to get that information out of him, because we'll be desperate then. So yeah, I think we should just carry on to the Astral Sea. Carry on as normal.
So you continue to the Astral Sea. I think I kind of briefly went over it last time, but No-Eyed Bill does his thing.
Mm-hmm.
Portal opens up. Cosmic stars, clouds of purplish, reddish starlight glinting in the distance in this portal as you sail through, entering the astral sea. As that shuts behind you.
Quick question. Are
Mhm.
we the only ship that came through?
Yes.
Okay, so he's not. He didn't bring any of his through as well. Just want to see if he may change that.
We're the only ship that could, because that
suppose
the
you could-
orb was equipped to just do our ship only.
With
I thought it
the-
may be, like a car park situation, right? If you can get through just before the barrier gets down,
there's general prior to this there was general talk, and he was preparing his men, some grabbing extra bags, extra satchels, other stuff like that, extra in preparation for going into the astral sea, stuff they wouldn't have access to once passing. So they were well aware that they were this was the only ship that would be going through.
Fair. That's fine. Cool. Well, Commodore, what's your plan of action for getting this Trident back? You seem to have a plan.
I know there's going to be a direction ahead, and we shall head that way. For what is going to happen, for where we're going to have to go, that I will discuss further. But I ask you, how willing are you to recover the Trident? Will you sacrifice everything for the safety of our world?
That depends on what everything is. There's no point saving the world if I'm not going to be in it.
I was worried you might say. You see, we are going to have to face death itself.
Okay. I mean,
Are you willing to do that?
I will face death, but I won't take his hand.
I believe the ship has left the dock on that question. We're here to take on Trident. We'll die trying.
As some of your crew already know, flicks a look at Elizora. Death. It's not always the end.
True. But every pirate lives their life with the expectation that death is just around the corner. Hell, our flag has a skull and crossbones on it. If there isn't death involved, or the risk of death involved, it's not worth doing. It doesn't mean we have a death wish.
Understandable. I'm going to retire a little bit with the Rubik's Cube and No-Eyed Bill here to assess the accurate course and some plans for the journey ahead. You may sit in, but that is up to you. You may want to mold the morale of your men
And women.
and women. Your crew, I apologize. Your people.
I would love Elizora to be in that conversation as well, but alright, well, I mean, at least Elizora can join you. She's this is her field of expertise,
That is fine by me.
and as you said, I will make sure the crew is ready for whatever comes.
So it's like a quick montage. General gist of it. He goes into a room with No-Eyed Bill, and essentially on the Rubik's Cube they figure out the location of the Trident. Now, it's harder to get than the others. And the others also aren't appearing in this realm. But very quickly, Bill reminds you, if they're not on the same realm, then he's not going to be able to see them. Generally speaking, the course, if you were still in Flood, would be north, but you're not on Flood anymore, so it's not 100% sure of what else might be in the way, on the way. Cleric very clearly states we only have to be worried about dreams lashing out.
Dreams.
A few dragons last time.
Well, yes, I remember the whole red dragon. Was it what do they call it? Nautiloid things happening?
Man
Can't imagine
flayers.
someone that's the one. Yeah. I
Yes,
can't
they
imagine
are
someone dreamt that.
less so. They are more visitors from the larger wild space, but here, down on the sea of dreams, what we have to contend with is the nightmares, the phantasmal horrors that people see. Those are the only things you may even have to worry about, and they only lash out if they are beyond control. In most cases, you just need to not fall in the water.
Well, as pirates, we have training for that. Not falling off the boat.
I would assume so.
Otherwise you'd end up people being drunk and falling off all the time.
I've heard it happens.
Oh, sure. Hasn't happened here yet though, so we're all right.
Anyway, he goes on to say, that's fine. You have a heading. General consensus is it's probably going to be about 2 weeks journey.
Wow. Okay. I mean, so for
I
this,
mean, that is local time to your
to our
consensus
internal
of
clock.
time.
Yeah. So obviously two things. One, which I wrote anyway, but I want to ask Roger, obviously, when like I'm in my quarters or something. I mean, generally she was like, Roger was tasked with like keeping an eye on their crew, but obviously in the light of recent info, she wants Roger to keep an extra eye on Kane to see if he sort of tries talking to someone secretly. Whether that, if he's like not moving for ages, and just like standing still, like he could be like telepathically communicating with something, or if he's like talking to someone and no one's there, that kind of like ordeal. Like, is he contacting someone when there's no one there, kind of thing? Because basically she's on the lookout to see if he is contacting Jones or anyone else, right? Because who knows what else, who else he's made a pact with. You'd like to think it was only the one, and only Jones, but yeah. And then the other one was obviously just to make sure that whichever crew member is in the crow's nest, that they are keeping an eye out for any dragons or anything that comes out in the sky. I want to know the moment that something like that appears, in case we need to start dodging. Because this ship's not resistant to fire like the other one was. So,
So, keep it on. Okay, cool. I'll keep that in mind as the 2 week spans. I'm just gonna say, Elizora, your sense here is blurred, almost faded. Like contact is there but static. A bad call connection.
Okay.
That's general communication, might I add, not just like what you're asking specifically.
Sure.
Cool. We'll let the other two think about what they want to do while I just quickly sort something else out.
Alarias or Tim got any plans for the 2 weeks then?
It's a long time.
Yeah, it's a long
Enough for a
time.
long rest.
Yeah, we get 2 long rests out of that. Which, to be actually,
Actually,
saying
forward
that,
thinking. This is forward thinking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can do.
That's what I wanna
Now
do.
you know you're getting 2 weeks. You've got essentially 2 charges of your future sight that you could potentially do. Especially, you would have been told it was 2 weeks from now. So you could. I mean, you could obviously wait until like the 6th day if you want to be like super cautious. Of each week, but there's no. I mean, if you've got it, why not? Why not do it?
Did we have what are they called? Stone people left, petrified people.
Yes,
Did we get all of
we've
them?
got.
Or are there 2 left?
I think we've got 2. Hang on, let me just get my notes up. Yes, 2. Yeah, only 2 left. So yeah, you could get to
I can get one of them.
You've got. Well, you can get both. Well, you can get both, couldn't you? Because
But then
one of their
whatever we're
clerics
doing
knows
after the. Oh yeah. Yeah,
so you
we'll
can
do
get them
both of
both.
those.
Knock 'em,
Yeah.
yeah, knock them both out. So get that
Mhm.
done. I mean, as far like we've never added these people to the crew properly. We've kind of just let them. Because we've kind of just let themselves like recuperate. Because it's been quite a long time since they were petrified. Like
Mm.
you know, even in game. So they just kind of flow around. But yeah, there's no reason to not just get those guys out.
Okay, so what do the
We're
others
gonna-
want to do?
We're gonna
or aim to do?
unpetrify those guys.
Okay, cool. Can't remember. Sonny, do you already have the names?
So the ones that we've got unpetrified is Drianis, Vagon, Claris, Kessa, and Grot. So on my count, we've got 2 that are unpetrified. So if sorry, that are petrified. So if Tim does one of his, and then you've got that other cleric person, which I think was Drianis, I can't remember, Kretza, does it. So you can basically get 2 in that first week, and then they'll all be unpetrified then. But yeah, according to my notes, we never introduced them as crew members. They're just kind of passengers, basically.
Okay, so the one you bring back, Tim, their name is Mooley.
Mm-hmm.
Mooley is a halfling. Hooded cloak. Way too many daggers on their person.
I know the type.
And looks at you and just goes, "What's your name then?"
Tim.
Now, Tim, I'm a little confused. Just a moment ago, I was fighting some big fucking snake.
Yes.
And now I'm staring at your mug. Can
You're
you explain
alive.
that to me?
You were hit by a nasty spell.
Shit.
Yes,
Am
you've
I
been
dead?
stoned for No, very much alive. You're welcome, by the way.
Thank you. It's very kind. Fuck. They haven't called me man. Weeks, months. How long's it been?
It's definitely been months.
I feel like it's months, yeah.
We did not take the liberty to contact their families to let them know.
No. Well, Bill never told us who any of them were.
That's on Bill. Very much on Bill.
That is,
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
on Bill.
Take it up with Bill.
Shit.
Actually, I think he's busy at the moment, but wait a day and take it up
Ma's
with
gonna
Bill.
be pissed.
probably won't be able to contact them from here anyway.
Oh yeah, not from here.
Wait till
That's
they
what
go
I'm
outside. Wait till they go outside on deck.
I was gonna say, when he goes up on deck, he just goes, "Fuck."
I won't send him straight to top deck then. I'll be like, go sit in the lab for a bit in the dunny. Compose yourself and then go upstairs.
Same situation when he gets up there. Fuck.
And we can get the other one as well because Krelik's cleric.
Oh, not Krelik's, Billy's.
It's Bill's
no,
one of
Bill's Krelik.
yeah, one of the Bill's crew was a cleric.
This tall, tall woman, pale skin, eyes almost with a glint of gold in them, hair beautifully blonde, and even in the weird twilight of the astral sea, it's almost like the sun is shining on her, and she's just got a short sword on her hip, a shield on her back, and is wearing mainly like a breastplate. She just stares down at you and is just like, "Little man, why am I here?"
He'll give her the same spiel.
"I thought I died."
No, you were just taking up space in the cargo hold.
It would have been a glorious death.
I'm sure. I have a chance for another.
That is true.
Do you have any medical experience?
A little.
Interesting.
I can be of service.
Hmm.
So long as there's fighting.
Might get
Certainly.
on with
Yes.
Elena very well.
Yeah.
What's this
Kind of.
one's name?
Her name is Kiara.
Right, no more petrified crew.
That was good.
Nice. Don't know what we're going to do with them, but, you know. I'm sure Bill will be happy to not see them.
There is a moment, by the way, definitely in the week, that you'll spot Bill talking to Mooley, and he's just like, no, don't worry, old chap. I sent a message to your mother.
Huh.
She was quite furious with me, but I think it's okay. I know,
Nice.
that's me ma. That's me ma. But generally, you see, like, in gaps where Bill can, he converses with all his old crewmate and that kind of thing. He will come to you latter end of the week, probably saying they want to help.
But we just have one deckhand. Well, the one that's been helping thaw them out might be a good person to help Tim. I'd have thought. Like, if they're that good enough cleric to unpetrify people, they can definitely be of use in the infirmary.
In turn.
And then I guess the others could just be deckhand stuff, you know. Because we have a lot of our deckhands also work kind of security, you know, like all the Kenshimans and stuff, you know, they kind of, you know, and especially like some of the other ones like Mooley and
They're always getting beaten up.
Kiara, you know, they're having them on protection duty, as well as obviously deckhand stuff might be quite handy. But then I think a lot of our crew filled out with the fleet people,
Mhm.
right? Because we've got a full complement, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it did. So you
So-
are in like surplus crew for managing the ship. That is.
Yeah. I mean, if anything, that's good because you can get people to take breaks and stuff more often, you know, so they're not so overworked because we have no idea how long we're necessarily going to be in here for or what we're in for.
Equally, you could keep them as passengers, not on the crew, but they're just like on hand
Yeah.
to help if needs be.
I think having people that are always battle-ready security might actually be a handy thing to have, because obviously I would imagine deckhands aren't necessarily always equipped, at least nothing too fancy. But you know, they're obviously too busy doing their duties. But if you've got people who are I mean, now we have no idea what's going to crawl up onto the deck, right? So, you know, having people that are diligently like either on deck or below, like on the sort of patrol and on watch in that sense, always armed, then that could prove quite handy from an early alert point of view as well. So we can have them doing that. All the ones that are sort of take the more battle-able people out of our current deckhands, so like the Kenshimans, fill those out with some of the like Bill's crew that aren't necessarily combat ready, and sort of have like a mix. Does that make sense? And we'll do it like that. So rather much us do that and not the fleet, or I'll have the fleet cleaning toilets.
Swabbies.
Exactly.
And Alarias, what does Alarias want to do?
So I'm going to use all this time to use my timekeeper, new powers, and pluck from the string. Hopefully twice, if we can. Yeah, I'll most likely use the exact same I used last time, or I'll learn a single factual secret.
Okay, so let's do one pluck. I'll say what happens in the week, and then we can do another pluck if you feel like it's
The
needed.
plan would be
So-
like it'd be like the last day, like day 6 of each week. You know, the last day of the
Yeah.
and it
yeah,
resets.
before we
and then-
reset. Yeah, just in
Yeah.
case we need it. You know.
Okay, in that case, then what I'll say is, Cleric doesn't seem to talk to anyone in particular. You don't gauge that kind of thing or anything.
Mhm.
There's no standing looking off in the distance or anything like that. He seems just to be going about his general day to day. Whether if he is doing something under the surface,
Yeah.
he's hiding it very well.
Yeah. I mean, he would know that Roger is a thing because he sealed him away for a bit. So, He most likely was. I mean, and he's a smart guy, right? He probably knows he's under surveillance. So yeah, yeah. But it's just in case he ever slipped up or forgot.
Yeah.
But no, that's fair. I kind of expected as much. Cool.
Near the end of the week, probably just before you do any plucking, Cleric does come to you, Vaela, and he goes, "There's something I am unsure of, and I would like to rectify my unknowing."
Okay. So I mean, like, assuming that she's like they're in her quarters, like she just sort of lean
Yeah,
up
she's
to one
probably
side of
come
her
to-
desk, kind of thing, just crossed-armed, you know, legs one over the other, kind of going. Okay. What are you after?
I do not know how you fight, not your entire crew, not you as an individual, how you fight as a team. When we go where we're going, it will be myself and you and 3 others, and I have a feeling I know who you're gonna pick.
I have a sort of dedicated few people that go with me.
I thought so. And in that respect, I will be in a situation where I must fight alongside all of you. I need to know how you fight, and I need to know what your capabilities are.
Sure. Yeah, she sort of starts walking around the room, you know, hands behind her back, strutting around, kind of puffing out her chest a little bit. Well, Cleric, it's actually quite simple. The way we fight together as a team is simply trust. We trust in each other, we cover each other, we are, as you rightly pointed out, are aware of each other's capabilities, and we try to cover each other's weaknesses. So, as you
That
know,
is a very sweet sentiment, and I understand what you're trying to say. Here is my request.
Mhm.
Before, as we have a little bit of time, I would like to spar with the 4 of you for you to show me how strong you really are. Because I need to see it. I need to believe it.
I'm sure this could be arranged, and I think my
I
crewmates would
imagine
dictate.
it'll probably
Well-
deal with some discrepancies
As long as you
amongst
don't mind that
emotional feeling.
one or two of them might hit you a bit harder than they maybe intend, but I'm sure you're man enough to take it.
In this sparring match, I expect nothing less.
Fantastic. I'm sure it will be arranged, and it will most likely be arranged very quickly once people find out about it.
As I expected. As well as this, we are low on time, and as you need some time to recover from certain battles, I would suggest we do it soon.
Oh, I would want to do this sooner rather than later for sure. You know, in all seriousness, you are going to be joining us, and you know, me knowing what you are capable of is also very important.
It is only fair.
Yes. Well, I will gather my my crewmates, and we'll sort this sparring matches out. I assume it'll be one-on-one fighting. I assume you don't want us all taking you on at once.
All at once.
If it's all the same to you,
I need to see how you fight as a team against one target.
okay.
It means we're gonna get bodied one-on-one.
He's gonna destroy. Yeah, but
Yeah.
because basically, how do I? No, that's fine. We can do that. I would like it though if at some point through that fight, I would pull out of the fight to observe. Because the thing is, when you're in fighting, it's harder to observe the capabilities from a cooperative point of view. Because it's all well and good me knowing how to fight you, but if fighting with you, I need to be able to see how you fight from further away. I have that benefit when I'm fighting alongside my comrades. I can see them in the battlefield. But I'm not, when I'm fighting something, I'm not thinking about how I'm going to fight with them. I'm thinking about how I'm going to fight them.
How about we have Elena substitute you in?
Yeah. She
If
carries
she's of
2
our
swords.
similar capability,
Uh,
that seems fine.
She fights in a similar manner in the sense that she uses 2 swords and can be quite fierce on the fight. I think I'll obviously still be part of it. I'll do the first bit, so you can still see, capabilities. But like I said, I would like to observe the fight as well. That's the side downside of being up close and personal with my fighting. Need to see how you move, how your footworks move, without worrying about being hit.
You can go for a few rounds,
Sure,
see how that goes.
sure, that's fine. She'll call for the obvious 3, so Elizora, Alarias, and Tim. For this, I imagine the crew would be quite excited, so we'll do this on deck. Because I'm sure they'll want to see it as well. Because why not? Might blow up on my face a little bit, but we'll go for it anyway. Vaela likes a showboat, so yeah, she'll sort that out pretty much like straight away. Like this, she won't sit on that. She won't let him change his mind.
Okay. And right, Alarias, roll me a D100.
Okay.
Is where he finds out the fight's rigged. Don't do it.
Yeah, he's just gonna kill us for real.
Ooh. Okay, this is big. This is a 95.
95.
95.
Yeah.
Past
95
present
years.
is my question.
There
Wow.
we go. Is it
How
odd
old is
or even?
How old is Alarias? Actual years.
200s.
200s. Okay, so you could be like okay. So you're never gonna roll before you're born. So that's
No,
okay.
no. He's all right there.
But then could you
Oh.
Elves is 800 years or something, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
How long? Yeah. So
Yeah,
you'll
it's
never
like
have an issue either end. So
No.
okay.
I had
'Cause,
that
you
night
see
when I-
darkness and dirt. you know.
You see worms.
Yeah.
You're in a womb.
Yeah.
Okay,
Or hell.
so it is future. So this is 95 years into
Whoa,
the
okay.
future.
Well,
And then what are you going for again?
It will be the secret. Yeah, learn one a single factual secret.
Single actual secret.
See how this one goes, but I'll probably be doing it again.
yeah.
Yeah, no. I do like this. This is interesting. Okay.
It's interesting, like what something in 95 years is going to be. Yeah.
Might just be gossip.
It might be, or you know.
Something about
You
his retirement
see-
home.
Alarias ate some bad prawns, Don't eat those prawns.
You see a flash, a memory. You're conversing about the equations of time, concept around it. The person you're conversing this with is Aramel, a lot
Oh,
younger
yeah.
than when you saw him dead. He says to you, I'm so glad that we met on that faithful day in the astral sea. And that's when it cuts.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
Short and sweet.
Man, Aramil pops all over the show, man. Like, young over there, old over there. I don't know how he keeps up
Oh.
with it all.
Yeah, how did he look? Did he look
He
the
look-
exact same?
He looks younger than the body you buried. Like a lot
Oh
younger.
yeah,
Yeah,
that makes sense.
madness.
Okay. I mean, he will relay that as we are in the astral sea. Got no inkling of when it could be, but
Just assuming that virtual reality happens. Otherwise,
Yeah, that's true. And I'm sure this won't be the last time we're in the astral sea, so it might not even be this visit. But yeah, I mean, 95, that's a lot of chance for diversion. So, but then Vaela won't understand any of that. She would just kind of say something along the lines of like, well, that'd be very interesting when it happens. I'm sure. Wonder how
You can't
Kane
wait
would
to meet.
react to something like that happening.
yeah, we don't know if he's listening in or around the ship.
Oh, true, but I mean, I'm thinking, yeah, that's true. But because he had the ship for a while, right? Could have. Well, so they don't have wiretaps, but I don't know. Could have put something in, I guess. But what was I going to say? I don't know. We don't know whether he knows much about timekeepers, but someone turning up talking about timelines and stuff might freak him out. He seems a little bit unstable at times. I don't know how he would handle that kind of information, but there's nothing we can stop it, right? If Aramil pops out of nowhere, right, there's nothing we can do about it. So we'll just have to wait and see. Keep an eye out.
Yeah. We don't know the impact of me relaying this information yet. If that's any impact at all, but
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, Vaela doesn't understand any of this. She just assumes straight line, timeline, right? She doesn't. This whole diverging stuff. She's like, what are you on about? So she'll just assume that it's going to happen.
Yep.
Cool. Let me know if you see anything else.
I'll do.
But hey, at least it means you survive.
Well,
Yeah. In that reality I saw, like 5 years. Go
Yeah.
back.
it shows you could survive.
There's a potential.
That you
Things
will.
go well.
You
I-
could.
Yeah.
If you play your cards right, Sonny boy, you'll be able to.
Yeah.
You'll be able to get that.
Next time you do one of these, see like how like famous we are. You know, see if you can find out
Yeah.
anything about us.
Yeah, I can't really control it that much.
Oh.
I get a very quick flash. There's
Well, I don't
no
know. Look at the
controlling.
flag. Look at our flag or something when you do it. I don't know.
It doesn't work like that. I can't even look around.
Oh.
I only get a POV view of the conversation or what's happening.
Let's see. Oh,
I'll see if I can try and like do a drawing of the flashback or something. I don't.
Sure.
I'm not that good at drawing though.
Do you move in these flashbacks? Like, is it like one of those dreams where you can just like walk around?
No,
No.
I'm constrained. It's like static view.
Oh, okay. Or you could like interact with it or something. You know, you
Nah.
bring something back with you or whatever.
We'll see. I might get better at this thing. More practice.
Yeah.
You never know.
You never know.
I'm still understanding it myself.
No, that's fair. I mean, you know,
Uh.
these are two very useful. You know, this one and the previous one was quite useful. So who knows what else you can learn. Oh, cool.
Question is, do we keep going down this route with getting information from this, or do we go a different path, getting information on objects?
Well, like I said, the biggest question that I have at the moment is what the hell we do with these artifacts. Because we still don't know whether we're supposed to use them or whether we're supposed to destroy them, and which one of those prevents Flood 2.
And we don't know how to do either of those things.
Well, that's true. I mean, this is the thing we need to know. If you can find that out, I mean, obviously you said you can't control it, right? But if you can figure out what the fuck we're supposed to do with these things, that will help us a lot. But I don't. Yeah, you know, you'll have to see if you can guide it in some way. You can have a look at that over how famous we are.
Okay.
I'll
I'm getting a
allow it.
little wish list here of like things. things you wanna know.
And pulled in a lot of different
You can
directions.
get the lottery numbers out, yeah.
I was about to say,
Yeah.
this is almost as bad as winning the lottery. Telling
Yeah.
your mates.
Alright, cool. Just keep us in the loop.
Okay, I made you the object next time.
Yeah, very useful. Yeah, we'll see how that pans out. Can you imagine we have to get it off? Aramil turns up and he's got the trident. We have to get it out of him.
You hand it
no.
over. We're gonna give him his
Maybe.
journal, and it's like fair trade. Great job.
Yeah,
Jobs are
so
good.
Do we still have his journal? Is it
Yeah.
still intact?
Yeah,
We still have
yeah,
it?
we still
Okay.
got it. Yeah.
Why do I keep thinking it got like burnt or something? Maybe I'm thinking of a different journal. Okay.
Oh,
Right.
that was
Is that the one on Kinshima that burned?
yeah.
Okay. Oh, that. Yeah. Okay. All right then. Well, let's just carry on as we are and see how it goes.
P.S. By the way, you're fighting Cleric tomorrow.
Wait, we were going at once. Surely not.
Just like a
Back
normal
to back.
combat.
Okay.
I would like to face you all at once.
Yep.
Fight me as a team.
Oh yeah, yes. Yeah, we forgot to mention that. Yeah. We'll do it, I guess, tomorrow after breakfast. Everyone get fed and rested. Because I imagine this is happening in the evening when we're having this conversation with Alarias. So we'll just do it the next day.
Rest for the night, go to sleep, wake up, have breakfast. Alarias the madman, his drawings are getting further and further to the edges of your wall. It seems like every time you pluck from a timeline, there is a burst of energy from him. Like he accelerates in his writings as if more comes to him.
And that's without talking to Alarias.
That's without even speaking to each other. Yeah.
Interesting.
Could be your
Useful
aura.
having.
Perhaps you're emanating time energy and he's able to pick up on that. You're not sure, but it's definitely something about when the moment or the day that you've plucked something, he is in the zone. He is entranced and he is writing these calculations, these equations, these symbols, this mythology of time out much faster.
Oh, I would have made sure he would have had like a notepad and stuff, so he's not drawing on the walls and stuff.
Yeah, he goes through the
Yeah.
notepad and starts drawing
Yeah.
on the walls again. Terrible.
Probably needs it all laid out for him rather than just like flicking
Yeah,
through.
it's like the pages, they're blocked places, lines, edges, walls. They just need the walls. The walls are bigger. Bigger.
No, you see, put it on the pages and then you stick it on the wall. Put it together like that.
Pages, small pages. Pages need the wall. Big.
You do you.
Yes, do me do. Me.
Dear me.
You've had your breakfast. He stands in the center with his back facing the captain's quarters. And this is the first time you've seen him armored in any way. And you can see he's wearing like a leather pauldron on one side. And the bandolier across is kind of padded a certain way as it goes all the way down. Doesn't seem like it's equipped with anything, but it's just generally like padded on all the way down. His hips and belt kind of have the bands going down like a protective skirt, almost. Is the best way I could describe it. His boots are now more like greaves, properly protected, and he is wearing these lighter leather braces over his coat. He stands there, looks at all of you, kind of rests a hand on the hilt of his rapier. Well then, let us begin. I would like you all to roll initiative, please.
If you draw our swords and go, yes. Kind of looking forward to this. 23 for Vaela.
7.
13.
13
And 9.
and 9. After you.
Very well. Don't mind if I do. And she'll just sort of run at him to go and attack. So, I mean, for this, she is gonna go all out. Whoops, didn't mean to press that button. All out attack with the rapier. Yeah, 22 to hit.
That does hit.
Oh, that was terrible. 7 damage.
He doesn't flinch, and he doesn't even try to dodge. He sort of feels the blade go in and looks back up at you and goes, "That really all you got?"
Don't I have actually wait? Do I have a thing that lets me? Actually, I can sneak attack him on that hit because of
Yep,
my rakish audacity.
That's
don't-
very true.
So I can add a bit of extra bite to that. So 17 extra damage on that.
Does he flinch
Hello.
now?
Doesn't wince or flinch. Kind of looks at the blade. That is not terrible.
And she'll go in for the offhand. 19 to hit. And that's
Literally,
8.
with the blade that's sunk in him, he just twists his body to set your angle off, so the blade misses.
Oh, okay. Okay, wow, 19 didn't hit. Okay. That's a high AC. Cool. And that will be her turn.
Kind of feel like at the end of that turn, he just pulls the rapier out. Sort of a blood spot left on his uniform. Cracks his neck. Elizora.
By all means, I'm gonna do one thing. I'm gonna do it good. Eldritch Blast. Pow. That's a 27 and a 25.
Both hits.
That's 28 total damage. I rolled max on both. Yeah, it's max damage. 28.
Hits him in his other shoulder, and he goes, also not terrible. May have a chance.
I hope he's this strong when he actually fights with us. He's not like an RPG character where you fight him as a boss and he's really strong and he joins your party and they're really weak. You know?
Oh, actually, I'll do bonus action to do Tentacle of the Deep to attack him as well.
Turns around and looks at it.
It's a 17.
To hit.
Yeah.
Nope.
Does not hit.
Does not hit. Well, I might as well take you two for a spin before I let the others get involved. I quite liked how you said that before. Pow.
That's an icy comment. Yeah. Well, both from Elizora one.
It could be icy.
Could be. I like to think actually Vaela does kind of say that like under her breath. Whenever Elizora casts like Eldritch Blast.
That's Elizora, that's a 26 and a 25 to hit.
That's a hit.
27 force damage on you, and the next two. Vaela, that's a 26 and a 26 to hit.
Oh, me? Yeah, that hits.
That's 25 force damage on you.
Okay.
And when his Eldritch Blast comes out, he sort of does the pow pow. They shoot up and then circle back round.
Okay. Okay, I'll let you finish that.
And they kind of have like this greenish sea green kind of tinge to them as they then impound both of you.
Can I use my reaction to do a Mage Slayer attack? So when a creature within 5 feet of you casts a spell, I can use my reaction to make a melee weapon attack against that creature.
Sure you can, that's what the spell says. That's what he did.
Right then. Oh, that's a 21 to hit. And
It's
that
not gonna hit.
is... Oh, what? Oh, 21. Wow. Okay, that's a high AC. Fair enough. Okie dokie then.
As you go to attack, he probably like hits his hip. The blade like shoots out the sheath, and as he grabs it midair, it blocks. And as you look at this rapier, it is gold with almost a heat to it. It looks like it's alive, like molten gold, but it's not. As the blade runs through, there is like these orange-red glowing symbols along the blade.
Okay, so you said that's a rapier, right?
It's rapier.
Okay, yeah, because we know that they've got the skeletal scimitar somewhere.
It's not the skeletal scimitar.
No,
this is
no,
something
no.
else.
Also, we know it's not on this plane of existence. It would have shown up. It would have shown up when they were doing the
It
globe.
would have shown up. Yeah.
Right.
The only one that did show up was the crown that's still on his head,
Got you.
And the orb. And
and the orb,
the trident.
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
trident.
Fair.
When you meet this rapier midair, the twang feeds back. This is not just any kind of magic weapon. Something else about this is very, very powerful. This blade, even the metal it is made of, is something unique.
Vaela definitely gets a twinkle in her eye when she sees it.
Hmm.
Since, she started this campaign stolen a rapier. So, yeah.
Alarias, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna use the boots. Spider climbing. How far up the mast could I get? I was walking up.
30 feet up?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you-
movement is 30 feet.
Your movement's 30 feet. How far
How
away
about
from- I was gonna say
Well-
you could have set up next to the main mast if you planned on doing that.
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna say, like, you know how you got the mast, you get like halfway up. There's kind of like a bit you can stand on.
Yeah.
Try and aim for that. That'd be like 30 foot.
Probably about
Too
20
high.
foot below that on a man of war. They're usually about 50 foot high, the midsection of the main mast. But you're only 20 foot away, so you could get there in the next turn. Equally,
Yep.
your boots of spider climb don't suddenly run out. You can stand there.
Yeah, maybe like stand off it. Yeah.
The cow.
Try and make him somewhat of a harder target, but I thought he was gonna be melee, but it looks like he's got both range and melee. Then I'll go with spells and stuff. Some of this is area of effect. It's gonna start hitting the crew.
Oh,
We're gonna say
the
for this
crew are
purpose.
way back.
Okay,
Like,
okay.
don't worry about the crew at this point. They
Cool.
are out. They are always out of danger. Just so you don't have to worry about that.
Sweet. Don't really want to cast fire on the ship. I'm just gonna go with shatter. Go the level. So yeah, Constitution saving throw. He's gonna roll. Try and beat 17.
Constitution saving throw. It's 17.
Oh, beats it, beats it.
Beats it.
Alright, so half of this. It's only 48. That's at 17, so that's 8
How much damage?
thunder. 8 thunder damage.
8 total.
Yep.
Okay. Seems not quite as effective. Oh
The
no.
thunder.
No, hold on. I'm incorrect. It's fine. But he still kind of just looks. He looks at you, Alarias, and just goes, disappointed.
Is he wearing the crown?
He is.
All your little toys you're wearing down there, trying to protect yourself. You a bit scared about fighting all of us at once.
He smiles. He just goes. Throws it like a disc to one side,
Nice.
and a fleet officer catches it. Puts his arms to either side in front of you. It's just like, I am at your very whim.
That was having no impact. Fair play.
Tim, what would you like to see?
I am gonna run in and use Spirit Shroud and try and bonk him.
Looks at you questioningly, but carry on.
Yeah, it's not gonna work very well, I don't think. That is a 18 to hit, which is a miss, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not going to hit.
Oh,
He
well.
just sidesteps it with incredible speed.
I'll heal you momentarily, Captain.
Much obliged.
Anything else on your turn?
That's it. Spirit Shroud was my bonus action.
Okay, cool. Vaela, back at the top of the
Alright.
round.
So Tim is there now, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Tim's
Yeah,
on
I'm
the
on top of him. Yep.
So what I would do then is circle around, so that me and Tim are on either side of him, keep him confused, and also for flanking reasons.
For the flanking.
For the flanking more than anything else, but yeah, mostly to just to keep him, you know. So if he's looking at one, he can't basically look at us both at the same time, kind of thing. And then she's gonna go in for it. As with any rogue that asks their DM, am I getting flanking?
Yes, you're getting flanking.
Excellent. Wow, rolled 19 twice. So that is a 29 to hit.
No, that is a hit.
Nice. So that's an nice max damage on that. 8 plus 6, so 14 on the base. And then sneak attack is another 15. Got 2 1s in that. Horrendous. Then with storm sword, nat 20 on the storm sword.
Sexy.
I feel like I'm
And with
mad
the
all of a
damage
sudden.
size. I mean, unfortunately, you don't have the extra damage that the storm sword used to have. But
No, unfortunately, but at least
max
it's. Oh, it's max. I forgot we're doing that. Yeah, so that's 8. So okay, that's a 4. So that's another 8. So 16 on the storm sword.
so as you come at him, he has sidestepped Tim, and then he sort of begins to turn, feeling the air rush, but nowhere near in time. You bring one blade down the rapier, stabbing into his shoulder, and as he turns to go block you again with the other sword, he turns in just not quite the right speed. He brings his blade up, but you crack down with the storm sword and hit him in the shoulder, and he just again, not terrible. I think you will do just fine. He pulls the blade out for a second, and he just looks at you, Vaela, and he goes, I've seen enough. I'm pleased with you. If you wish to step aside to watch, you certainly can.
Very well. You'll sort of stand up straight, because imagine in combat stance you're a little bit hunched over. Sort of call Elena across to kind of take her place in the combat, and she will stand. She'll stow her weapons again, and basically observe him very, very closely to just see how he moves, how he prevents himself from getting hit, how he gets out the way, or how he blocks, just to see, understand how he moves, how he fights, how he defends, all of that stuff.
As Elena comes in, she says, "The 3-clawed devil. I've heard many stories about you. This will be a pleasure. The pleasure is all yours." Elizora, is your turn.
Well, let's just do it again. That's a 26
They're
and
just crossing her arms, going pa.
a 19 to 1 hit, and a 9 damage total on the 1 hit. Again, I'll make a technical attack too.
Yeah, go ahead.
Again, that's a miss too on that.
Seems like when the Force Eldritch Blast hits, doesn't seem to care as much about that impact. Just kind of hits in, he just sort of accepts it.
Can I see if it does actually hit him, or whether it's like deflected, or
Doesn't deflect, it does
or
actually
what's
hit
it
him.
called, dampen in any way?
It does hit him,
Okay.
but it doesn't hit him as it reaches contact with him. The impact that you would expect from one of Elizora's Eldritch Blasts would be a lot more.
So something might have softened the blow, potentially. Or it hit him and he's not bothered. That's what I'm sort of getting at. Like hitting someone's shields.
Yeah, it's not
soften the
shields.
blow.
It's definitely still hitting him, but he seems
Yeah.
less affected.
Okay.
He brings the rapier down towards Elena and just says, "My dear, I'm going to make this quick because I am not particularly interested in your skill set, if I'm entirely honest. And I would like to focus on the others. I apologize. And he flicks the blade up and begins to attack. The first attack, he's gets a nat 20.
Oh boy.
Rather her than us.
Yeah. But again, this is handy information, right? Because he'll attack someone he's not interested in first before he attacks those that he is. So again, useful
That's not
information.
necessarily true. That's just
I don't know. I think some kind of, I don't know. Gets rid of the small fry, what he considers small fry first. Potentially. But yeah.
Do you remember the temporary hit points I said that the Kenshimans had? I feel like it was 30.
yeah.
I don't know.
This day.
Yeah.
In this first hit, he slices around, and it's in one fluid motion, a bit like writing a letter with the blade, but with a flow. As he does it, you see he twinges just every single limb of Elena. Slices one, probably tendon on her arm, she drops her first weapon. Slices the other tendon on the other arm, drops that weapon. And the fluid motion, he slices her cheek to the point where her jaw just loses grip of the dagger. And then he just points the blade at her and says, "My dear, I think it's best if you leave." And she kind of, like, her arms are slumped. And she just looks to you, Captain, and sort of,
Well, come out, Elena. Go get yourself healed up.
Elena, return.
Elena, return.
Elena,
Yeah.
return. Yeah. And
Yeah.
she goes back. And then he looks at you, Tim.
Sorry, can I again do a bit of an observational thing here? Did he even look at her body parts, or was it almost instinctive, like it was just, looking at her in the eye, but just knew where to sort of hit?
His eyes were locked on her.
Right, so he didn't even look at her arms or anything like that. He just knew where to go.
His eyes were locked with her eyes, saying, "It's time for her to leave."
Okay.
23 to hit, Tim.
I'm pretty sure that hits me. Yeah, if I was cheating with my shields, then it wouldn't, but yes, it does hit me.
So that is 21
Damage.
slashing damage, yes.
Yeah. That's cool. But a scratch.
You do feel that there's an immense, it's not quite a burning heat, but there is a warmth to the blade. There's no cold touch of metal. And it's going to attack you again.
But no fire damage. So it's
No
not like
fire
that
damage,
warm.
it's just the metal
Yeah.
just warm to the touch.
Yeah.
That's a 24, so
Yeah.
Again. That's 22 slashing damage.
Okay.
And then he just flicks the blood off his blade,
Mm-hmm.
brings it down to his side, not even in a guarded position, it's just resting to his side. You can take quite a few hits. It's good to know. Alarias.
That
Did
high
he look-
AC.
Sorry, did he look like he knew where to hit Tim? Because obviously I would imagine he's not very, knowledgeable of Tortle anatomy. Or is he?
I think not hitting the shell
It looks
is
like
common
he was
sense.
aiming for the fleshy parts.
Right.
I'm gonna cast Hold Person on him. See how it goes.
Yeah.
Wisdom
What do I have to roll?
saving.
Interesting.
He's
Yeah.
human, isn't he? Just remind him, he's human, right?
Yeah, he is human.
Cool.
I failed. He's going to
Oh.
use his legendary resist to pass.
God.
I wish you could counter spell and legendary.
I
Yeah.
know. I think they're pretty much there to just stop
Yeah.
them being just put into a demi-plane, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's probably got like 3 of them too.
When that happens, he's like, he looks at you, Alarias. That's much better. Smart. Not bad. Not bad. Tim.
Give me a second.
It's alright. 6-second round. 6-second round.
Yeah. Alarias hasn't taken a hit yet, has he?
Nope.
Oh.
Not yet.
But the other 2 of you could get downed in 1 round by him, correct?
Well, especially
If you get
Alarias.
hit twice.
I mean, he can throw out what 4 Eldritch Blasts at a go, right?
Yeah.
So if all of those hit Alarias, that's
Yeah, 1 round. Yeah,
Probably-
sure.
Alarias has 40 HP. So I mean,
And False Life itself. So yeah, I'll use Mass Cure Wounds on those of us who have been hit. The 3 of us, and may as well target Elena with that as well.
Yeah, that's fair. She heals on the sidelines and begins to like feel her grip again.
Oh wait, that's Mass Healing Word. Sorry, I just rolled the wrong thing. Like this. Yeah, that's 16 health to those of us who have been hit.
well, to everyone, is that mass? Did you say?
That's yeah,
How much was that?
16.
I might as well take some of that.
Yeah,
Keep
yeah,
it
yeah.
on
It's,
the
it's for
sidelines.
you, Matt, and Elena,
Okay.
and me, obviously.
Oh.
And I can't cast a second spell on my same turn, can I?
No, it has to be a cantrip.
Then, and that was my action. So I don't know. I'll try and goad him into hitting me again with my bonus action. I'll spit black blood in his face. Say, I can take a hit. Let's see if you can, fool.
I was planning on commending you for your healing capabilities, but
I don't need your commendations.
that's fine. I was giving them out whether you wanted them or not.
I don't accept it. Still.
Elizora, back up to you.
Again, let's go Edge Blast. That's a 28 and a 19. That's another 1 hit. And then 13 damage. And then Tentacle Switch.
So again, that was 13 damage.
13 damage. And then Tentacles. I rolled a 17 roar. I gotta work out how much I had. Tentacles. Oh, it's plus 8. Okay, so that's 25 to hit.
Yeah, that's a hit.
And then he gets, let's see, 10. Yeah, 10 cold damage.
Cold seems less effective on his person.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
What I wanted to know. But he does technically lose 10 feet of movement.
He hasn't moved.
I think the Spirit Shroud is fucking with his movement as well, but yeah, he's just standing
His
there.
speed is reduced by 10 feet. Technically, it still happens regardless.
We've almost got him pinned.
Yeah.
Go into the place he's not. Yeah.
He's just standing there, just like,
But he couldn't move even if he wanted to. That's valuable.
That's it. That's the main part, right? It's now
Fine,
our
dude.
decision that he doesn't move.
Yeah, yeah.
I think perhaps we should change this up a little bit. And I suggest you all come to me. As he uses mass suggestion,
Nice, can't spell.
Yeah, get fucked.
counterspell your counterspell.
Oh, for God's sake.
Oh, I can't spell
Everybody-
again.
Yeah, yes, do it. Yes.
No,
Yeah.
you
You
can't.
can't.
No, you can't. It's your reaction.
Because it uses your reaction to cast
Oh,
counterspell.
yeah.
But
Well,
Elizora
can
can
you have it
counterspell.
Yes.
Does
Yeah.
Elizora
Yeah.
counterspell?
I
Sure,
wish
yeah,
I'd get
why
in on
not?
this.
Why not?
Okay, then I need levels of counterspell, please.
Do you need my
Now
one?
we know he
What
doesn't
one
have
was-
legendary reactions at least.
There's no point knowing. Okay.
Mine's a 5th, no
What?
matter what.
Yeah, because of the Warlock thing.
Yours is a 5th, no matter what. His is quite high, no matter what. So I'm going to need you to roll your counterspell, Matt.
Well, do we need to do it in the order of what would be successful?
Well, no, because
Do we need to know if?
Uh.
Do we need to know if Dan's initial
Well,
counter
yeah.
spell would be successful first? Because if that,
Okay, so either way, I'm gonna need both of you to roll a d20 and add your spell modifier because I need to know if yours will beat his, and I need to know if Dan's will beat the initial spell.
oh, I see. Yeah, because it goes down the stack, doesn't it? Yeah.
What is the spell mod? Is it just
For you, it's
with proficiency?
Int?
Yeah, it's just in.
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, alright. I got 19.
got an 11.
What, 11 total?
Yeah.
Your counterspell fails to block his counterspell, the level he cast it at, which means that, and the level he cast his counterspell at was above your level of your counterspell, so he does counter the counterspell to counter his spell. So his spell does still go off. How many times can I say
Bastard.
spell in one sentence?
I think you got a few more to go.
Spell, 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 spell. Mass suggestion. I suggest you all come to me. You all need to make a wisdom saving throw, please. The three of you in the fight.
Oh, okay, let's see.
Oh, this against being charmed, right?
It's just against moving towards
no.
him, yeah?
Yes. This is just against moving towards him.
Sorry, what was the save? Wisdom.
Wisdom saving throw, please.
But I think it is
That's
charmed.
11.
Right?
I'm rolling for shit today.
Yeah. Because it's charmed, Elizora and Alarias get advantage on that, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Need it. I got 25.
Oh.
Very
Well,
good.
you'd be proficient, wouldn't you?
So I just walk on the spot towards him.
Yeah. you just walk into him.
Just like trying to hug him.
It's a what we're doing? 3. That's a 19 total for me.
Okay, so you
Ooh.
fail. Tim?
I failed, I got 11.
Cool. So, Elizora, you feel the urge now to walk towards Cleric.
How much towards?
I suggest you all come to me. I think you can still technically take your... It pursues the course of action you described to the best of its ability, so...
1 step.
1 step, 2 step. I would imagine you'd move your full speed towards him on your turn.
Yeah.
Don't have to move right now, though, because it's not your turn. Right. Back to the fight. Do I want to use my bonus action? I think I do. Well, as you have your little friend out, and
Oh.
he waves a hand, and this tentacle appears up at the mast, just next to you, Alarias.
Oh, bastard.
And I think it... Does it attack you straight away?
You
No.
can attack. Yeah, you can attack in the same time it's summoned.
Okay, so... What's... Attack lasts for 1 minute. Attack against one creature 10 feet on a hit. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, what's the attack based on? Do I get any modifiers to it?
Yeah, it was a +8 for me.
I think if you highlight over it, it'll tell you, I think, what goes into it.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. It's not.
What are you looking at?
Oh, sorry. I had to click on the attack part. Never mind. When you break 10 feet of it on a hit. +12 to hit. That's a 30.
Wow.
So
Yeah. Which one taken?
oh, that was terrible.
Nice.
That's 5 cold damage.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Hell yeah, I'll take that.
Sorry, did it roll against your AC too just then?
Speaking of which, your speed is reduced by 10 feet till the start of your next turn.
I just want to say as well, Vaela's going to prepare a reaction to block/take an attack that will knock out a crew member.
Noted.
And I've just checked. She's 25 feet away from him. So, especially now
well-
that people are starting to walk towards him.
Yeah, yeah. I'll allow it. That's cool.
Okay.
That makes sense. You could block something that's aimed at Alarias if you needed to.
Okay,
You
cool.
could do that.
Excellent.
Alarias, you'll go. What would you like to do?
I don't know if I know much about the tentacles. But Elizora's talked about it.
We've seen you use it, haven't we?
Yeah, we've seen
Yeah.
we've seen Elizora use
used
it a
it,
lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Never.
Ah.
gone for.
never against us. I think. Yeah,
Okay.
No,
yet.
not yet.
I've seen stuff attack it.
No,
No.
never. No one's ever attacked it.
Don't attack the ads. Just go for the boss.
Yeah, this thing could like just whip at me and get me
Ignore
down.
ads. Yeah. I'm giving you a. I think I was going to give you a shield of faith anyway, so you can resist it a little more.
Okay. Yeah, I want to try a chromatic orb on Kane. See if I can actually hit him.
Sure.
Got cold.
I was gonna go with acid. We tried thunder. Wait, how did he react to thunder? Did you say he didn't react?
He didn't react, but that could have been the amount of damage it was.
Yeah. Let's try acid or poison. No, I think I'll go acid.
That's
Yeah.
that's so bad. Poison. A lot of stuff is just like resistant or immune to poison.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's not good. That's 21. Was that hit?
It wasn't for
21.
Vaela.
No.
Got
Wah,
anything you can
wah,
buff that up with?
I can't buff up a roll. No, no.
So,
No.
as the chromatic orb comes down, he just brings up the blade, points it at the chromatic orb, and kind of like sticking it in the orb, not even moving from his spot, just guides it around him and kind of curves the orb it is around and throws it behind him. And then he stands back in his previous position. Tim, what would you like to do?
Alarias can take a few more hits, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I'll try a Vampiric Touch on him. Which looks like it's a spell attack, so that's against his AC, isn't it?
Yep.
25?
Yeah, that's a hit. Yeah.
Yeah, no way. Okay. So
He's probably startled that you're not using the club.
I tried the club, it didn't work. That's 12 damage.
Any other effects or just 12 damage?
I heal a little bit.
Yeah. Takes the damage. Looks at you. Goes, smart. Very, very smart.
Bonus action, can't use another spell, so I got nothing, I don't think.
That's handy that that's a concentration, so you can keep doing it as well.
What? Vampiric Touch?
Yeah, it's a concentration spell for up to a minute. You can keep doing it on your actions.
So is it every one of my attacks that has that?
Well, you have to do the same
Mini spell
attack
when I
again.
hit.
So you can imagine like your hands like all green
You
and
can
black or
make
whatever.
the
you just
attack
keep,
action
you just
again.
keep.
It's his mouth, he bites him, definitely. Or maybe a headbutt.
Oh,
Fair
okay.
enough. Well, you
No,
basically
go
keep doing it. It's a bit like Witch Bolt, you know, it just keeps going and going and
Till the
going.
spell ends, you may make the attack again on each of your turns as an action. Yeah, cool. So Spirit Shroud ends.
I
Got
like
it.
the idea that you just bite his arm and he's just
Yeah.
like,
He's
it's
just
just
clamped
shock.
in. Yeah.
It's just not expecting you to bite him. It's just
I'll
like,
keep that up until Alarias needs the Shield of Faith. That's
I
my turn.
mean,
Nice.
a little
Or-
unnecessary. Uncivilized, but I understand.
What a
Tim's got his mouth full.
bitten. Uncivilized, but I understand that you bit me.
Elizora?
By no surprise, Eldritch Blast.
You're gonna walk towards him.
And I walked towards him. But Eldritch Blast first. It's 22.
That's it.
Ooh.
Nice. We have an AC.
We have an AC and a 24, so that's 2 hits. That's a 22 damage.
Total.
Yes.
perspective and does. He does look battered. His face shows absolutely no sign of the damage. He's not even like breathing heavily, but the rest of him does look like it's taken a lot. But he's just not like emitting any like painful emotions in any way, shape, or form.
Another observational question.
Yep.
Now, I imagine Elizora uses her staff as a focus.
Wand.
Wand.
I've
as a
got the
focus.
wand, the +3 wand.
Ah, okay. What is he using as a focus?
What's
Like,
he
he's
want?
cast spells, right? So he must be channeling it through something, right? That's the whole point of a focus.
You don't have to use a focus though. You use component
Either that
dash.
or he's spending material. It's either that or he's spending material.
He's definitely not using components now.
So what's he? Can I tell what he's using as a focus?
Struggling. Would you like to make a perception check?
Yes, please. An 11.
Can't tell.
With
He's
the
not
sword.
not
holding
saving
a
me.
staff or a wand or a crystal.
Well, she would, because she was an arcane trickster. She would know that weapons can be focuses as well.
Yeah. He's not.
Okay.
He's not
Okay.
holding anything other than his rapier.
What did the Eldritch Blast come out of?
His fingers.
Fingers. So he's okay. So it might be like an amulet or something, I guess. Actually, I think she will pipe up and go, I think, are we done now? I think we're kind of going through a circular motion.
There's one last thing I want to check.
Who hasn't impressed him yet?
He's gonna cast.
Disintegration.
Mass disintegrate.
Yeah. Just
So-
curves around everybody.
So tempting. So tempting. No, he's gonna cast Fast Step.
Okay.
Fast step.
So basically a souped up version of Misty Step.
Better Misty Step, right?
Yeah, it's like 60 feet to the 30.
Okay.
Zyril had it. As you can imagine.
I can totally picture that.
Yeah.
And after he does that, he appears next to you, Alarias.
Nah.
How? What, is he walking on the wall?
No, he just fast steps into the air.
Oh my word. Right.
While
okay.
midair,
Okay.
he attacks you.
Wait. Can I Misty Step?
No.
On your turn, and in your bonus action, you can.
Wish you could do that mid, like as a reaction. Or, ugh.
That would be
You can prepare it, right? Can you prepare a bonus action to do not on your turn?
Yeah, on your
Yes,
turn.
declare on your
You
turn.
have
I
to do
guess,
that
yeah.
on your turn, don't you?
fun. Yeah.
I wouldn't know he'd have that, so yeah.
Wow.
Well,
Yeah.
I can shield.
And he goes to attack you. Yeah. So, you shielding?
Just
Well,
in
If
case.
it hits, well, no,
This is-
if
this
once you
is-
know if you're going to be hit, you can
This is going
cast
to
shield
hit.
as a reaction.
This is going to hit.
Yeah, yeah. I'll cast shield.
Okay, what's your AC?
20, 21 now.
Still hits.
Yeah, I thought so.
Only just though. That other one is like a massive definite hit.
Sorry for giving you that shield of faith.
That's alright.
Didn't know.
Slashes down at you initially, and feeling the resistance of the shield, the blade does eventually pierce through. So that's
Great.
22 on the first one. And Captain, it looks like
Yeah,
Alarias is going to go down.
Yeah, she'll jump in as best she can then. Sort of
Okay.
do a run, and sort of jump on the box, leap into the air kind of scenario.
Roll
get in the
me
way.
a dexterity saving throw, please.
Nat 20.
As you come in with your sword, attempting to block the attack, and as you do, Kane grabs the top of your clothes as you repel. As he's falling already, you land in, and he grabs you as you're coming down, stops his blade from meeting your neck, and he goes, "That's it. Willing to break every rule, willing to go against what you agreed, just to protect your people. That's what I wanted to see." And he puts his blade away. He offers you a hand to get up.
You want to
Sure.
figure out our ACs as well.
Mm.
Bastard.
She'll stand up on her own. And she'll go, that's what a captain does. That's what a team does.
You're goddamn right it does. Now, I've seen impressive things today. I've seen less impressive.
Did you look at anyone in particular when he said less impressive?
No,
Okay.
he does not particularly single anyone out. But what he says is, there is something that can be done. I have quite a few learning tips, certain things I would like to impart my knowledge upon all of you before what we are going to go towards, and perhaps that will help in the coming battle.
Very well. Sharing of knowledge is always can only be a good thing.
It will take a little bit of your time each day, but I would hope that you heed my words.
We're fast learners. You have to be.
Good. Now, I think everyone has had quite the spectacle, and I believe we can all probably retire for a little bit after this.
Mm-hmm.
Would you agree, Captain? Says with a
Definitely.
slight smile.
Of course. Definitely. Tim, go see to Elena. She's a little bit worse for wear. And Alarias,
Yeah.
you probably want to,
Yeah, I'm gonna need it.
go to
That-
your second bedroom of the infirmary.
With some
Oh.
magical healing, your friend will retain the grip she had before. It's minimal damage to not to dismember, but to disarm.
No, that's fair enough. I wanted
I
to
just
see
did-
how you would cope with a different combatant than what you would had before.
So she is very good, but her skill is in her attack, not her defense.
Well, there's all different types, right? But the fact that you were able to see that informs me of much. The observation was very helpful.
Good. I'm glad. It was helpful for myself as well.
I just clicked prayer of healing, so 22 hit points to everyone, just for now.
Oh, nice.
Sweet.
That'll bring Vaela up to full. This is the first week, right?
This is in the first week. You
Oh,
can,
so we're gonna rest anyway.
you can all do a long rest. And next time, in Pirate Adventures, we will go into the second week before the plunge. Tune in next time.